Hi everybody, Rosie Lenz from Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Channel. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. I want to talk about how the narcissist tries to steal everything that you have. It's like they keep moving the goalpost on you, especially if you're in negotiation of any kind for a shared asset. Sometimes, and a narcissist will even try and claim ownership of a shared pet. Not because they want the animal, but because they want to take the animal from you. And this is in all manner of things completely wrong, right? It's vindictive. It's cruel. They do whatever they can to strip away from you the things that have value for you. And they want to come in and they want to destroy your life. With covert narcissists, they like to, which is very close to borderline personality disorder, they like to come in and they play the victim and they send in the flying monkeys. And when the flying monkeys come in, that's getting people on their side, poor me, I don't have anything of my own. She's taken everything from me. They play the victim. And it may work for a while with a covert narcissist, but it's not going to work forever. Pretty soon, at some point, the people around them are going to be tired of the craziness. And I remind you, this is an 18+ show, 18+ channel. So please make sure that children aren't watching this. But the craziness and the bullshit that they put in your face, the things that they will say, the things they will take from you, the petty things that they do, the low points that they will reach, you have no idea until you're at the end of it with a narcissist. When you're negotiating for having residency at a home, getting custody of the children of a beloved family pet, you really have no idea until you get to that negotiation point. And with a covert narcissist, who now they're just victim. And you cannot buy into it. No matter what they say, no matter what they do, you cannot buy into it. Malignant narcissists are the worst. They're the ones that are not afraid to say or do whatever to go after what they want. They will come after you and rant at you about the same things over and over and over and over and try and wear you down in negotiation. You always. And they have their flying monkeys too. The thing about narcissism is the narcissist has the flying monkeys. The commonalities between the narcissist types, they have the flying monkeys. They lie, and they believe the delusions that they are spitting out because they've been saying it for so long. They really believe it. And when you add alcohol or drugs, it becomes especially bad. And the religious narcissist, who is a closet drinker, not good. Not good at all. Because they're going to try and use their religion, their sacred literature against you. And if you have been going through significant changes in your life, where you're improving your life, where you're getting better, where you're in recovery, the narcissist is going to come back after you and go, I don't understand. You're not the same person. I don't get it. You know, this is all your fault. They're going to be coming after you. They're going to be saying out and spitting out whatever they can to get to you. Now, you cannot let them get to you. And one thing that you can do is to say to them, you have your feelings, I have mine, they're subjective. You have your feelings, I have mine, they're subjective. Or you can say, those are your feelings, these are my feelings. They're subjective. The narcissist is not going to like that. It's a really quick way to get them to leave you alone. They don't want to hear that their feelings are subjective, because it's not even about them winning and being right. It's about them being in control and being able to move the goalpost on you, because it's what they do so well. They move the goalpost. They say, I want XYZ. Okay. You give them XYZ. Now I don't want that. I want something else. They're constantly moving the goalpost. Whether you're in a relationship or you're at the end of a relationship. If you're at the end of a relationship, moving the goalpost becomes even more profound, because they know they're about to lose control of you and have you walk away and be able to do nothing about it. If you have children together, I do strongly recommend getting an attorney like Rebecca Zhang, or an attorney that specializes in leaving a narcissist. Because if you have animals or children, and animals, I want to tell you, are strongly impacted by the narcissist. And I had my narcissist in the house. My poor dogs, you could literally feel their anxiety as he was walking through the door. We never knew what version of the narcissist was going to show up. The one that was love bombing, or the one that was moving the goalpost and applying blame, shame, and guilt. You always. And even there, so for my animals and children are very sensitive to this. We're sensitive to it as adults as well. But we have to protect those weaker than ourselves. Our children are counting on us. And when you have children where the goalpost is constantly being moved, and children like healthy boundaries. Kids, I have raised 3 kids. Kids like healthy boundaries. Kids like knowing that they have a soft, secure place to land, that they have parents that love them and adore them. That's why narcissistic parenting is so destructive. And if you've grown up with narcissistic parents, you do need to get help and talk to someone who's qualified. But this ranting and raving and moving the goalpost and constantly changing what they want and changing the valuation, I want to, like in my case, it was, you never make dinner. You don't do this for me. You don't do that for me. And they were looking for, I actually said at one point, as we parted finally in for good, you need a mother. You're looking for a mommy. You want to be taken care of. You don't want to have to be accountable for anything in your life. And either you're going to get help, or you're going to keep limping along the way that you are, feeling like the victim, feeling sorry for yourself. There comes a time when you can speak your truth to them and know that there's not going to be closure, and they're just going to push back. But when they keep moving the goalpost, especially in negotiation, it's very important for you to get custody of your children. And you have to decide what's going to be the most important in your life. And having animals that are exposed to narcissist, in some cases, the outcome is extremely destructive. In the worst case that I heard of, the narcissist got custody of the family pet, and after the divorce, took them out back and shot them in the head. As I said, it's an 18+ channel. It's hard for me to talk about these things without crying sometimes, because we have people and animals that are suffering in this world because of these killer narcissists. They're everywhere. They're everywhere that you look, and the depths that they'll go to destroy you, depending on the type of narcissism. We've talked about the importance of knowing what type of narcissist you have in your life. The malignant narcissist you never apologize to. You do not say you're sorry. Covert narcissism, you can say, I'm sorry you're feeling that way, but don't take ownership for it. And only in rare instances would you do that. Gray rocking does not, while it's a strategy, it doesn't always work. That's why you have to have a number of strategies in your tool belt. And sometimes you just have to walk out and have I've talked about the three strikes you're out. So you have to have 3 strategies for leaving that narcissist in that space, in that time. I have to wash my hands. I have to go run an errand. Or I've got to make a phone call. Whatever it is, you have your 3 outs, especially when it comes to going to a family gathering, which I've talked about before in an earlier broadcast. But having these different strategies is what it takes. And you cannot, nor will you win in the long run with the narcissist, because they never win. As long as you are there to torture, they will be there trying to torture you. And in some cases, you can get the restraining order, but remember, you're going to have to enact it and call the police if necessary with that restraining order. It's not enough just to have it in the Narcissist Gnosis. Don't try and negotiate with a narcissist on your own. Get an attorney to help you. Whether you are leaving a partnership, and a spouse, a fiance, a business partner, do not try and negotiate with them on your own, because with them moving the goalpost and with you already being the supply and them knowing how to manipulate you, you're going to have a difficult time. So get an attorney who can help you navigate this if you have to negotiate something to end it, especially if there's children, animals, or property involved. Because it's not, when there's children and animals involved, it's not just about you anymore. It's about the lives of other souls, other people involved. And for a lot of people now, fur babies are their kids, and the narcissist does go and will try and get custody of the animals just to get back at you, just to say, I got the dog. You can have the house and the car, but I want the dog. They only want the dog because the dog is important to you. They don't want the cat because the cat's important to you. And then once they get the cat or the dog, they don't pay attention to it. They basically emotionally abandon the animal, so the animal ends up suffering, and it's not fair to the animal. And if you are going to be with a narcissist, and you know it's going to be a while before you're out, don't get an animal with them. Don't have kids with them. Don't have anything that connects you that they can use as leverage against you, because they will. They're mean. They're cruel. And they're a tin man. They have no heart. They may look like they're substantial, but they have no heart. They're empty. They're hollow. Rebecca Zung calls them it's either Rebecca Zung or Dr. Ramani who says that they're like one of those Easter candies, like an Easter bunny. They look like they have substance to them, but they're hollow. And if you haven't watched Dr. Ramani or Rebecca Zung, I highly encourage you to. These women have insight into narcissism that is life-changing. But it does take a village. It takes all of us working together to end the pandemic of narcissism. And once you're free, and remember, you have to have, firstly, you have to have a plan. Secondly, you don't tell anyone else about that plan. Part of that plan is getting the documentation that you need if you're married to leave the narcissist, because they will hide financial information. They will try and hide data from you so that you cannot take it to court. They also ignore, by the way, they ignore court orders and that kind of thing. So you may not even show up for the court hearing. And thirdly, make copies of the credit card statements, bank statements, income tax filings. Make copies of those things, put them in an accordion file, and leave them with a trusted friend. And the things that you really want to have and to keep, you're going to have to take those. And you're going to have to stash them, get a storage unit or something, and have the billing address be at a trusted friend's house again. And start putting things in there that you do not want to give up. Because the narcissist will take anything that has value to you. They have no conscience. They have no empathy. They are psychopaths, sociopaths, and narcissists are not all that different. It just varies in the degree of their cruelty. So if you're going to negotiate with a narcissist, get help. Don't do it alone. Have someone support you in this. If you go through a paralegal system or paralegal or some sort of legal assistance, whatever it is, you're going to need some help and support. And you can count on the fact that a narcissist is going to bail on any agreements they have if it's made between the two of you, which is why you need to have the proper support. If I can be of support to you, my friends, thank you for watching. Thank you for following. I love you and I believe in you. You've got this. Together we can end the pandemic of narcissism in our world. My information is below if you need to contact me. Thank you for sharing, subscribing, liking. And if you need a therapist referral for your area or support group, or even an attorney that specializes in dealing with narcissists, please contact me through the contact form on my website. And know that you are not alone. Together, we can rise above the pandemic of narcissism. You're amazing. Thank you for watching all the way through. I love you. I believe in you. From me to you, this is Rosie Lentz signing off. Until tomorrow.